Hi everybody, this is Nene, and today I'm going to show you how I made this Halloween ombre cake with a strawberry and ganache filling. Also used handmade buttercream icing, and I'll leave the recipe to this in the description. So here you just see me combining the ingredients. And you gotta cream the butter and the icing sugar together first, which can be quite messy, which is why I'm using the towel there. So you're gonna wanna combine the rest of the ingredients, again, which will be in the description, and blend it until it's about this consistency. And this buttercream was amazing. So next I prepared the ganache, which is just a filling, and you just combine heavy cream with some sort of chocolate, and I'll leave the recipe for that in the description as well. So you're going to bring these two ingredients to a simmer or a boil over medium-high heat, and you want to constantly be whisking this, because if you don't, the chocolate can burn to the bottom of the pan, and you're going to be able to taste that in the ganache. So once it's simmering and boiling, you're going to remove it from the heat, and you're going to keep whisking it. And this is the finished product. You have a nice thick sauce. So next you're going to want to put it all together. And so I'm using a pre-cut cake here, and I'm just adding a line of buttercream to use as a barrier, because the ganache is still pretty liquidy, and you don't want it to seep out of your cake and leak everywhere. So I'm using it that way. So you're just gonna layer your strawberries in your ganache, and then you're going to add the second top layer of your cake, and then you're just going to keep doing it. So this is a 6-inch cake, and I wanted the cake to be tall. So I used two 6-inch cakes that were cut in half, which gave me a total of 3 layers. So lots of sweet fun there. Yeah, and so you can see me filling in the outside there because it looked like some of the ganache was going to seep out. And also here you can see me using the buttercream to kind of even out and level the cake, because it was cut at a diagonal angle instead of like a straight angle, which again isn't going to help when you put your liquid in, because your liquid levels out. So if you get a little bit of ganache on the outside of your cake, that's fine. This is just the base layer that you're doing here. It's not going to affect your final product at all. So as an extra added precaution, what I like to do is go around all of the outside to really seal in all of the filling. And then you're going to take your icing and you're going to do your first basic layer. So this is a crumb layer. It doesn't need to be thick. It doesn't need to be pretty. It can be anything you want. You just kind of just want to seal everything in. So you just frost it really quickly. And you do want to make sure that your cake isn't leaning towards one side or another, because you are going to cool this. And if it's leaning to one side, you're not going to be able to straighten it very easily. So again, you do see some of the ganaches coming out there. So you just want to put some more buttercream there to try and lock it all in. And then you're going to use your spatula to just drag along the bottom and transfer it onto whatever you're using. So then you're going to want to put some tin foil over it and then put it in either your fridge or your freezer for 1 or 2 hours. I was lazy, this was late, so mine was overnight. And you're done. So now you're starting your ombre technique. I'm starting with the darkest color on the bottom. You can do this however you like. I'm using a total of 5 colors, and I'm going from purple to orange. So what I did was I used this purple here and the orange you're going to see, and I took half of those and combined them into another bowl, and that made my middle color, so my third color. And then I took a little bit of that middle color and I added either a scoop of orange or a scoop of purple to the one that would be on either side, which you'll see and understand, just so that the gradient was a little more smooth. So I'm using the spatula here to do my ombre. There's various different techniques. I also like to do the top color first, as you see here. So I've added 3 colors and then I skipped ahead to the 5th color that's on the top, simply because I find it blends better. And now you see me adding the 4th color here. And I do this because you can always add more orange on top afterwards. It just blends better. And then you start to smooth it out and you add orange if you want it to have a little more gradient. And then I smooth out the top. And you're basically well on your way. You keep smoothing until you're satisfied with your gradient and with your sides. And here you see me basically just using the tip of my spatula, nice gradient there, to make a spiral design. And it's very informal, so you really can't go wrong with this design. And then I'm just chopping the excess off, so I have a smooth edge on the side there. This is a really quick, easy design. So, like I said, that way it doesn't have to be perfect. And this is the finished product. So you've actually got, it actually turned out quite well. I was a little worried about using a really dark and really light color. So details and embellishments, I'm just using Wilton's pre-made tombstones and pumpkins here, because this is a Halloween theme, and this is an edible marker that came with the kit, and I'll link those in the description. And I just added names. And then I laid it out so that I knew everything would be even. And then this is how I assembled it. It's nice and easy. You just stick it on there. And then I added some green vines just to give it a little more detail. And that's just the same buttercream. So I actually ended up using twice as much buttercream as the original recipe told me, just for this little cake. So I ended up using quite a bit. Now I'm using the same purple that I used on the bottom. I set some aside to use on the top. And to keep it even, I'm just using the tombstones as a guide, because those have already been placed out evenly. So, yeah, I just thought the purple and the orange offset each other really, really well. There's a really nice contrast. And it just gives it that extra little decadence. So ombre is really trending right now, and so are the rosettes. Then I just added a few Wilton's Halloween sprinkles for a little extra pizzazz. And a pearl on each. And there you have it. That's your finished product. And you can add any kind of message you'd like on the top. I like to keep it blank for taking most pictures because writing I'm not so good at. So here is the final product. And so I actually didn't write that too bad this time. So if you have any questions, or if there's anything else you'd like to see me try and make, leave a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe, give the video a like, go check out my other baking tutorials. I have crafts. Love you guys very much. Thank you.